What is going on, guys? This is John here from Continue YouTube, and welcome back to another video. And today I have something to show you, and that's actually voice recognition using C#. And I'm actually going to show you how to set this up and how to get this to work for your own applications which use C#. So yeah, that's actually something I've used in my simulated virtual operating system called MoonLight OS. If you want to check out the video, it's going to be in the description. And that's something which not a lot of people know how to do. So I just want to show you how it's done and how you can actually set this up and use this in your own application. Alright, so first we're going to create a new project, and I was actually doing some Visual C++ stuff. So you're going to go to Visual C# and we're actually going to create a Windows Forms application. And that's actually going to be there seems to be something wrong with my cursor a little bit, but yeah. Alright, so we're actually going to call this, I don't know, voice recognition. Okay. Alright, so now it's going to set up the project, and then we're going to have this window right here, and we're actually just going to put some basic commands in here, and we're going to put which text box in here. So it basically says, well, it created that, it did that, it did that. So that's basically just some feedback we get from the application, whether it actually recognized our commands or not. So let's put a rich text box in here, and let's put 2 buttons in here. So 1, 2. Alright, so now we're going to set this up real quick. So what I basically want to do, just want to have one button which is going to enable the voice control, and one button which is going to disable the voice control. So let me quickly set this up. I'm just going to do this. Enable voice control, like that. I'm going to need to make this a little bigger, and boom. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We're just going to put the same size in here, and we're going to call this disable voice control. Alright, and now we're just going to call this btn disable, and this one is going to be called btn enable. Alright, so now by default we want to make this disable voice control button not enabled. So basically we want to disable this button because we don't want the user to be able to disable voice control before it's actually enabled. So right now we're going to go to the enable property right here and set this to false. And now we're going to set up our rich text box, and yeah, on that side, that's pretty good. Right now I'm just going to add some text in here, which is just going to be log, I suppose. Alright, so we're going to have this kind of logging format. And then we can actually get into the code, and that's actually going to be the enable voice control button right now. So we're going to double click on the button, and now we're in our click event, and then we're going to do what we have to do. So right now, what we're going to set up right here as a global variable, global object, we're going to need to use the speech recognition engine. Now, of course, you're going to see, well, this is actually not part of our system classes, or it is actually, but it's none of these right here. So what we want to do, you cannot just do using system.speech, because that's the one we want to use, but that's not going to work. And that's not going to work because it's actually not added as a reference by default, so you can't actually refer to it. So to do that, we're going to need to go to the references, go to add reference, and now we want to go to assemblies, and we want to find the system.speech class. So that's right over here, system.speech, and you're gonna basically tick this and hit OK. And now we can actually add this as a using statement. So you can do using system.speech, and now we need to do dot recognition, like this. If you want the program to talk back to you, you can use something called using system.speech.synthesis. But right now, I'm not going to show you how this is done. Just because I want to see how the feedback on this video is, and if you really like that idea of adding speech recognition or all that, then you can leave it in the comments, and I'm going to make another tutorial on how to use the speech synthesis class. Alright, or the namespace. So right now what we want to do, we want to set up a speech recognition engine. So we're going to do this up here so we can access it in all of our voids and so on. So what we're going to do, speech recognition engine. I don't know, I'm just going to call this rec engine. And then this is going to equal to a new speech recognition engine. and we basically want to set up a bool as well, which is basically going to say if we already have commands in our recognition engine, because we basically want to manually add commands to that engine. Or actually we can add them in the loading event of our form. So that's what we're going to do. Wait, let me quickly change the title right here. It's just going to be speech recognition tutorial. Alright, and we're going to set the start position to the center of the screen, not the parent, I'm sorry, center screen. Alright, so now, and we're actually going to use, or actually create our commands within this load void. So to do that, we basically need to add some choices. So choices, and we're just going to call this commands equals to new choices. We're basically creating an instance of this, and then we want to add something to that. So we're going to do commands.add, and then we can basically pass through a new string array, and we can basically use all of the commands. So now let's say one command should be something like, we're going to do say hello, and then another command should be print my name, and another one, I don't know, well, what can we do? Show well, I don't really know what to do right now. I suppose. I think that's gonna do for now. We're probably gonna add one in a second anyways. Alright, so now we're done with that. We have our string array, and now we want to create a new grammar builder object. So we're gonna do grammar builder, and that's basically gonna help. The grammar is basically what you're gonna put into your speech recognition engine, and then that's basically going to tell the speech recognition engine what kind of commands you're going to use and what you're going to refer to whenever you start recording the speech. So you're going to do grammar builder. We're just going to call this, I don't know, g builder equals to a new grammar builder. So again, just another instance. And now we want to append our choices. So we're just going to do g builder dot append, and now we just need to pass through our choices, and that would be commands. Alright. And now we want to create a new grammar object, because that's what we need to pass through. And we're just going to call this grammar equals to a new grammar, and now we just need to pass through our grammar builder. So that would be gbuilder. Alright. So now we're done with that. We need to use our speech recognition engine and load that grammar into our engine. So to do that, we're gonna, it's called rec engine, yeah, dot load grammar. And you can do this async, because that's always better. So I think I'm even going to do that, but I don't know if I actually have to pass through another parameter. Then that could actually be the case. Let me check. And now we're just gonna need to refer to the grammar. Maybe that's gonna do. I really hope so. Okay, apparently it won't. Okay, load grammar async. Sorry. Load grammar async. Now let's take a look. Yeah, it's just the grammar. Okay, so you can use load grammar async. That's basically going to say it's not going to perform this operation on the main thread. Therefore, it's not actually going to then suspend the application, and therefore it's going to keep running all the time, which is good. And now we need to set an input audio device, and we're just going to set the default one. So in my case, that would just be this microphone I'm using right now to record this video. So we're going to do rec engine dot set input input to default audio device. We're just going to need to set basically an audio device. We're just gonna we're just gonna receive all the commands basically, and we're just gonna be the device you speak the commands into. Alright, and now we want to do the actual recognition part of that, and that would be the rec engine. Oh no, actually no, we don't do that yet. That was just adding all the commands to that, and setting all of this up. And now we want to start recognizing. So to do that, we're gonna do rec engine dot start, oh no, dot recognize async. And we want to do this in a sync task. And now you can pass through a recognize mode, which is actually going to say if you want to recognize multiple commands. So I do actually want to do that, so I'm going to do recognize mode.multiple. I think it's set to single by default, but I'm not too sure about that. And now we want to add an event, which is basically just going to say, okay, whenever the speech is recognized, we get to go. And we're actually going to do this down here, since I think this is not going to be triggered. Yeah, this is not going to be triggered if there's nothing it recognized. So I hope this is going to be working. So rec engine dot recognize speech recognized. Speech recognized. Here we go. Alright, so now we need to create this event right here. So we can just do this like so. Alright, so what we want to do now, we actually want to use a switch statement. And we're going to do switch e.result, because that's actually going to return a string in our speech recognized event argument. That's going to return a string with whatever we said. And now we just basically want to add some cases, which basically consist of all these elements in our string array. So we're going to do switch case say hello, and then add a break right here, and then do case print my name. Sorry, added another break right here. Alright, so in the say hello, basically we want to use a message box. We want to show that. And that's going to basically say my name. So that's, my name is Johnny, so it's just going to say, hello Johnny. Well, let's do, how are you? And of course, if you actually set up this speech.synthesis, you could actually talk to the program, which I think is a really great feature. But as I said, if you want me to show that, then just leave it in the comments, and I'm going to do it in another tutorial. And now if you want to print my name, we're going to refer to the rich text box. So it's just going to be rich text box 1 dot text plus equals to, and I'm just going to add a new line, and it's going to be Johnny, like that. Alright, so now we're pretty much done with this, and now it's actually going to switch our... Oh, that's one thing I totally forgot. It's not e.result, that's not going to do. We're going to need to use e.result.text. Because you can use a lot of other things in this e.result thing, so you can use the audio and stuff like that. So that's also something which I could potentially show in another video. Alrighty. So what we want to do now is we actually want to set up our last button, which is the disable voice control. So we're just going to do recognize async recognition engine first. Rec engine. Damn it! Dot recognize async stop. Okay, so now we're pretty much good. So now we can test this a little bit. So now let's go to start. And now all of the things are loaded into this. And if we enable the voice control, we actually want to enable the button. So hold on a second. Totally forgot about that. And we're going to do button 2. No, actually it's called button disable dot enabled equals true. And we're going to do the same thing here. If the disable button is clicked, we're going to do button disable dot enabled equals to false. And that's pretty much good. Alright, so now we can hit start, and now we can do the enable voice control. Say hello. Now it's going to display that. Hello Johnny, how are you? Print my name. And here we go. So as you can see, it's actually doing that. And now if you say hello, print my name, it's not going to work. If you enable the voice control again, say hello, print my name. So as you can see, this is how you set up speech recognition in C#, guys, I hopefully you liked that video, and if you did, then please leave a like on this video. It really supports me and my channel. So thank you very much for watching. As I said, if you want another video on speech recognition, then please leave it in the comments, and I'm certainly going to do that. Thank you very much for watching, guys, again, and I'll see you in another tutorial. Bye.